This is Paddock 43, the podcast, your weekly rundown giving you all things F1 from both on and off the track.
From races, trades, rumours, the lifestyle, and all the things that come with the F1 world.
We are Amy, Elle, and Pat. Let's get into it. Hello, Amy. It is just you and I tonight.
Hi, Elle.
Tonight. Where is Pat?
Where is she? She's in Paris. Is she?
No, I think she's on our honeymoon now.
I can't keep track.
We can't keep track.
She's everywhere, up, down, everywhere, but she just got married. She is officially a married woman.
She is officially taken off the market, but she's still with us.
On the market
spirit.
with Paddock 43. Yeah, so she couldn't join us tonight.
What do you mean that she's on the market with Paddock 43? What does it even mean? I'm like trying to compute that in my brain right now. I think this is what happens when there is a break during F1 races.
I lose my mind.
Yeah, because the week is not structured anymore.
Yeah, I got to the weekend and I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
There's nothing to watch except we did watch Pat get married instead of watching F1.
I know.
So that
and
was
full
nice.
disclosure, we were behind the DJ booth watching Pat get married.
It was great.
Very
It was
fun way to do that.
fabulous.
But yeah, I reckon that's what happens when there's no F1 weekend, like race weekend. You just sort of lose track for me anyway, and then I don't know what I'm doing half the time. I'm like,
I forget what's happened, what's coming up, and I'm like, where are we?
oh yeah, I couldn't believe that Singapore's this weekend, Japan's next weekend.
Yeah, so we have a double header with Singapore and Japan.
Yep.
Break.
Mm-hmm. And
then
then go into Qatar. Yeah. Oh, and then we head to the US. That's right.
Hopefully Danny will be back in Qatar.
Yep.
Latest Austin.
Well,
I hope.
we hope because I don't know.
Liam's coming in hot for that seat.
No matter what, I think Danny's definitely back by Vegas, and I think that's all he probably cares about at this point.
Yeah, that's all I would care about. I'd be like, get me on the track
Did
at
you
Vegas.
see his stitches?
Yeah, it's insane.
That is a hefty scar.
Yeah.
They have put some decent
They've
size.
gone deep and
Yeah.
I wonder actually how big the break was.
Oh, surely there's some big screws in there. That's not a, we're no doctors here, but that's not any like quiet little break that just comes straight back into a car. Like surely not.
No.
I just can't see him.
I don't know. After seeing that scar, I'm like, maybe he won't be back by Qatar.
I was loving seeing the rumours being like, he's coming to Singapore. He's going to be in Singapore. They might have him as reserve driver. And I was like, no, he's not.
That's just dumb.
No.
What planet?
He's not going to be in
living on?
Japan next week. He's not going to be.
It's just
I don't even know
clickbait.
Qatar. Like I know there's another break, but
No, I don't think he'll be back.
well, he's
Before
back training. Did love watching him sing Taylor Swift on.
Did you see Taylor
Yeah,
Swift?
he was doing an interview on a podcast and he was singing Taylor Swift and it was great. And then they were
Wait,
like,
he was singing Taylor Swift?
Yeah, he was singing Taylor
I
Swift.
thought you said he saw Taylor Swift.
No.
And I was like,
"Oh, he probably sees Taylor Swift all the time."
True. Who's more famous, Taylor Swift or Danny Ricciardo?
It's like when he was at the Met Gala. Was it earlier this year or
Yeah.
last year? I think it was this year. And Anne Hathaway
Yeah,
was like
that's it.
checking him out, like looking up and down. And then she came over being like, "I'm a huge fan."
No, but did you see those other videos where it's like her publicist was next to her and she asked her publicist who it was?
Really? Yeah.
I don't know. It could be all a load of
Surely
bollocks.
not, because they filmed a conversation with them before.
Yeah, well, apparently
Afterwards.
she like goes to her publicist and was like, "Who's that?" And
Maybe
she's
she was
like,
double
"Oh,
checking.
God, yeah, maybe.
Another mistaken identity was Melbourne Grand Prix this year. I'm just like having a good old happy time in the pit after Sunday race, taking photos. We all know that I was being an absolute pest in the pit, in the paddock club.
Horror.
And I have a photo of Dylan Alcott, famous tennis player, talking to Oscar Piastri. I had no idea. I just took a photo of them. I knew who Dylan was. I was there with Dylan for a bit. And I was like, "Do you guys want a photo?" I just took a photo. I didn't even register in my brain it was Oscar.
If anyone that my face right now, I'm just what is
I just didn't
what?
even, I always look at this photo and I'm like, how did I not know?
I feel like was he in
Yeah.
F1 gear?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if he was in like regular stuff with a cap on, maybe a little bit
No.
like incognito.
He was full in
Fine.
his like McLaren kit.
Oh, you
This
fucked
is
up.
like, I reckon, 20, 30 minutes after the podium, 20 minutes max maybe.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I
How
look
do
at
you
it-
not know?
I look at it all the
How
time.
do you- can I see it? I want to see it. I really want to see it.
Yay.
Oh my God. Okay, I have the photo. How did you not know?
Yeah, so Amy's looking at the photo right now. It's like fairly obvious. Oscar is right in there. My mum's even in the shot.
Yeah, your mum's there.
My
Your mum seems to be having a great time and admiring Oscar and his little smile with his orange
Yep.
cap on.
We've got one of the Oz
but-
GP board members there as well. Like
Yeah.
everyone is there.
Mm,
And I just didn't compute.
but your brain was not there.
My brain was not there.
It was not there at all.
Like he's still in his race suit.
Mm.
It's just hanging down. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. Anyway, I go in spirals in my head thinking about where Danny Ricciardo is actually going to be next year, what's happening with Liam Lawson, Checo. I was like, Checo's out in my mind.
I do have something to say about Checo.
Mm.
I find it really unfair that people are going so hard on him.
Yeah.
Because if you were to put him in a car with a regular driver, he'd be going fantastic this season. People would be like, he's amazing. Like, yeah, he like kind of crashes in qualifying sometimes. But
I was going to say
how many-
qualifying and practice. But his
how many of them
comebacks-
don't?
How many of them actually can come back from starting in positions in the lower 10
Yeah.
to finishing where he's finishing?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
But
pretty
then
phenomenal.
it's only because he has Max Verstappen
Mm.
as his teammate, really. Because if he had Lance Stroll, well,
Yeah, well,
Sergio's flying.
then maybe that's where he needs to go.
He's still ranked second on the Drivers' Championship.
But maybe that's where he needs to go. Maybe he does need to go to Aston.
Yeah.
No deal. Well, I
Nah.
mean, helmet really didn't do any favors for Checo this weekend, especially this is Singapore's his 250th Grand Prix.
Yeah, and Checo's very good around Singapore.
Yeah, well, he won last year.
Yeah, exactly. So
I mean, I think we need to discuss what happened with the helmet comments because it was hushed a little bit on social media. I think
I saw it everywhere.
Well, I saw it everywhere and then I saw it die down very quickly.
Really?
So it seemed like these PR machines were just coming out being like, nah, we got to like switch
Reel
this
it
off
in,
and get it
yeah.
back off because
Look,
there was a taste of racism in it.
I was going to say, because he is known for saying quite controversial.
Oh, yeah.
Things.
I mean, we said that the other week. He goes against anything that Christian says.
Literally. But then bringing someone's race into
Yeah, not okay.
his perception of Sergio's performance.
Not okay.
Mate, it's not okay.
You're an F1 driver. You're on the F1. You work fucking hard.
yeah.
I'm sorry. They all do. You
And
can't not be.
So Helmet stated, we know that he has problems in qualifying. He has fluctuations in He is South American and he is just not as completely, is that it? As completely focused in his head as Max Verstappen or Sebastian Vettel.
It's just like very polarizing comments against each other. Like,
To bring in his cultural heritage, it's just like
what's the point in saying that? He is a rock
But
star
as
around
well-
the world.
Mexico is actually technically North America.
Like that's also just a bit of racism within that, surely. Just sort of bulking people together, right?
Yeah, I mean, like,
It's stereotyping.
in terms of saying like where a driver's from, like it's fine. Kind of
I
like
think that's fine, but get it right.
we always, North America, not South America, and Mexico. We'll say that Lando Norris is from the
England.
UK, England, or
Yeah.
Oscar Piastri is from Australia. But then I guess when you put it in that context of saying that's why he's not performing,
Yeah, makes no difference where you come from. I'm sorry.
but
And then all the
helmet
controversial comments that Helmet's been saying lately. You know, he's even saying that, you know, Lando is coming to Red Bull now. Like, that's not out of the question. He's had conversations with Lando. Like, he's just trying to say the opposite of people's, like, thoughts, especially Christian Horner's. I reckon that's always happened. But yeah, no, Seb Vettel, he's not coming back. As much as I would love him to see him back
I'd
in a
love
car.
to see him back, but
That'd be
he's
pretty
not.
fantastic, particularly with Singapore this weekend and that being one of his, like, you know, hottest tracks of all his wins. But not this weekend,
Yes, yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, but Helmut Marko, he's 80 now.
I mean, good on him for still working. That's obviously keeping him active.
I'd want to be retired by then.
Same.
I mean, there are other ways to stay active than surely at 80, like flying around the world. I mean, he'd have his private jet, wouldn't he?
Mm.
Would he have a private jet?
Probably. He's probably doing it in style. I'd imagine he's doing it in style.
But I guess for people that didn't know, he was also an Austrian former racing driver and then just retired, worked his way up the ranks, and now he is the Red Bull consultant.
Which I always think is so funny.
How?
Because Christian Horner is team principal. There's a lot going on, and I think one of the corners of the internet that I would like to delve into is yes, there's many dark corners of the internet. This isn't so dark though, but Liam Lawson. I want to know what's happening with him. So he's getting quite a bit of PR time at the moment. Red Bull's really making the effort to put him in front of the camera on social media. They took a photo of him and Christian, put that up. He's in the Red Bull gear though. I don't think he's going to Red Bull next year. No way. No.
He's not ready for that. But then also, like, side note is maybe, like, what if Red Bull do want a young junior driver to actually,
I think they trained him in the AlphaTauri. Like, AlphaTauri is supposed to be bringing out these cars to Singapore, which are like the old Red Bulls, right? So, they're going to be competing, getting closer to that. But, he got 11th last week in Monza. Not last week, the week before. Forgot that we had a break.
I always do that.
I know.
Yeah.
He said that he felt like he was faking it, which is an interesting comment to make.
What do you mean?
Like he just felt like he fluked it. Because
Liam thought that he was faking
this
it.
corner of the internet is like, he's so much better than Yuki, blah, blah, blah.
Are you on Reddit?
I don't know where I am. I don't know where I am at the moment. I just told you it's a corner of the internet.
Where is this corner?
It's somewhere.
Keeping secrets.
I'll have to find a tab for you in my million tabs. But Liam is like, everyone's saying that Liam has been performing better than Yuki just because Liam got 11th last week.
It's kind of a slap in the face to Yuki.
Yuki didn't even start.
But Yuki does have like,
of course he's going to perform better than Yuki.
Yeah. It's like, come on, let's just cool your jets, everyone.
And he was so close to getting a point. It's like that's what's going to be interesting. But like, I think regardless of what happens this year, I just don't know if Checo's going to stay in that Red Bull seat. I can see Red Bull taking Danny back, not for performance. They've got Max for performance. I think the thing that they are missing, if I put on my like marketing PR lens, the thing that Red Bull are missing right now is personality. And that being relatable to people. They've got they're not connecting to anyone.
Yeah.
They're not, because you've got two very serious guys competing. Like, how are you going to bring in new young fans except for the fact that you're winning? Whereas they bring in Danny, everyone likes him. He's always having a joke. And he's probably going to perform well in the Red Bull. I mean, we don't know what he's going to do. When he did that test at Silverstone, he did. Like they said, he would have been in the top 10 on the grid for the lap time he got. Who fucking knows if that's true?
They can always,
but
they can fluff around all that stuff all they want.
And then, Yuki, he doesn't have a contract for next year.
Yeah.
So I could see Yuki and Liam at.
Just when this all blows up, it's going to blow up.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be
Can it just hurry up? I just want it to drop. When is it going to happen? Is it going to happen like before the season ends? Is it going to happen after?
Do you reckon Liam's going to get a contract?
They might keep him as reserve driver still. Just because Checo isn't out until the end of next year.
Yeah, but we know that like that doesn't matter. We've seen people like still have contracts and they're like,
yeah, but it's because like he's still good. He's still second on the drivers' championship. He's still he's still got points. He's getting back there. He's climbing back up the grid. He's kind of crashing less.
Wow, someone is defending Checo so hard.
I am. I like Checo.
Yeah, I like Checo as well, but I'm just looking at the two sides of the coin here of like, what are the possibilities? And I think I like Danny being back with Max more from a fan entertainment zone, and that they could still win the drivers, the team championship.
No, I do like that, but now because Danny did his hand, that's going to give them less time to gauge Danny's performance.
Yeah, he still has
Which-
he'll have 4 or 5 races at the end of the season.
Well, we've
By
got
the time
8
we-
left.
Yeah. So he'll probably
probably
miss
have
the next
4.
3.
Yeah, probably have about
Yeah.
4 left. Because then maybe we might not see any of this kind of unfold until December, January.
I reckon we'll know more by Vegas.
Because there's like one side where I'm like, yes, no, Danny will go to Red Bull, but then the other side I'm like, no, they're going to keep him in AlphaTauri, build Liam up a little bit more, and then when Checo's done in 2024, then go switcheroo.
Well, Joe Granu doesn't have a contract at Alfa Romeo
Nope.
next year. Logan
Nope.
Sargent does have a contract at Williams next year.
Well, Joe did state that his priority is to stay with Alpha.
So you reckon he's
And
going
then
to
he
do
doesn't
that?
want to. Yeah, I think so. Like, I think he wants to stay, but then if.
There's going to be a lot of people watching their performance at the
Yeah.
moment, especially
Mm.
Logan.
Oh, God, poor Logan.
Poor Logan.
My heart hurts for
Well,
him.
I think Alex Albon has stated that he wants to stay at Williams.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I don't think he's moving. I think that's like.
Yeah, I do.
gonna
I
be
like
final.
that. I do like Alex and Williams. He kind of suits like the Williams.
But then maybe that's where Yuki would go. So say if Checo stays at Red Bull, and then it's a Danny Liam Lawson at AlphaTauri, which love the Aussie New Zealand
Oh
combo
my God, that
there.
would be fantastic.
Love that. And then Alex and Yuki together at Williams if Logan goes.
Yeah.
I think I like that combination. There's a lot of silence on the back end here.
I
but
know.
I'm watching,
I'm
I'm watching like
over.
the clogs tick over in Amy's
I
brain,
know.
like thinking
I'm
like I feel like we need a whiteboard here to like move
I
everything
know.
around.
I do. I'm like, I'm trying to picture it in my head, and I'm like, okay, like. What's happening?
Oh, there's so much going on. Like the silly season just isn't ending. At least it's like dragging out and there's all this interest. But like
Yeah.
something else that's interesting that's popped up, and I know that, you know, we have talked about it before, that we would have loved to go to Las Vegas.
Vegas.
But maybe we still could. If we can come up with the money.
Maybe
Because
just to spend $50,000.
Ticket sales are not doing so well. Not sold out.
Aren't they?
No.
Well, yeah,
So
because they're so expensive.
yeah, well, GA $500 for one day.
For one day.
One day.
Okay, in this economy,
For one day, you have to and you have to
is it
stand.
US?
Yeah.
500 US
Yeah.
a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't afford to breathe.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous.
How is anyone going to be able to afford that?
Well, listen to this list because it keeps going up. Like
Oh
the
my
next
God.
ticket is about $8,000. I think that's like a grandstand and a dinner. Then obviously we start going into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like I was reading on the ticket sales that some of them, like you're staying at like XYZ hotel and it says does not include Wi-Fi. And I'm like, how is it 2023 and we're not including Wi-Fi?
Wait, doesn't include Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's like a $50,000 ticket. Like the hotel doesn't include Wi-Fi.
First of all, what hotel doesn't have
No,
Wi-Fi?
because I think then you have to get that little card and pay extra for Wi-Fi.
Oh my God. Las Vegas, get your shit together.
But this is like the funniest one. So some tickets you buy like a package for 10 people, right? So you get 10. So you take
10
9 of your
people.
friends with you.
I don't have 9 friends.
Oh, okay.
No, I do.
I'll come with you. But then only 8 of you can go meet a driver. So 2 of you
So
can't.
2 can't go.
That's in the package. That's in the package. So say goodbye. Bye.
2 of the, oh my God.
like rock, paper, scissors, like,
yeah,
who
you
doesn't
have
come?
to. Because you couldn't be like, okay, who's going to miss out?
Well, there's some ticket called the Emperor package. It's $5 million.
What?
Yeah. And it's a terrace on top of Nobu, I think. And I think that looks over the track. Fits about 75 from memory.
From memory, have you been there?
No, this is when I was like reading about this and my mind was just like boom, 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 boom. I hope, and I think I understand that you also get accommodation with for those 75 people.
Oh my God.
You would expect that in a 5 million thing. But
Yeah.
you only get 12 paddock passes. And
For $5 million.
yes,
12
it
paddock
said,
passes.
and driven by a Rolls Royce. And I was like,
Lovely.
is that one Rolls Royce? Like, are we like all getting in the car like
Singular?
as little like
little minions.
like little minions or like clown car? Like what the fuck's going on? Like watching
Everyone's,
all these
like,
like very
lying on top of
wealthy
each other.
people being like fighting over. But the bonus is I get to see Adele. Yeah, your silence says everything. Like I'm pretty sure you're that wealthy. Like that's like the bonus that you want to see Adele.
If you can pay $5 million, you'd probably be able to like pay to go backstage at Adele as well.
You could probably fly to Adele to your home for dinner.
True. A private party.
Yeah. So
Las Vegas. Oh, wow. Yeah, because I once tried looking at the tickets and I just refused to go any deeper because I was like, this makes me sick.
it's ridiculously
They're
expensive.
actually charging that much money. Like, yeah, I get
It's going to be
F1's
special.
popular.
I get it. It's going to be like, it's an $800 million infrastructure investment that they've done. So I get that. And then also to put it on, but
And then they're
insane.
also charging every hotel restaurant $1,500 per person that has a view of the track.
How unfortunate if you're there, like, I don't know, just by chance on a holiday and you're just trying to.
But it's
book
not.
dinner.
It's not for the person. It's the business that has to pay that.
What?
Yeah, yeah. It's the business that has to pay this.
But the business has been there before the track was
to
there.
the F. Yeah, but they apparently have to pay that to the F1.
How?
I don't know.
What the
I just remember reading that and I was like, wait a hot second. Are they mentally okay over there?
I'm so
I mean, like, we
confused.
don't want to shit talk on you because you'd like to come. But
Oh, we
you know.
really want to be there.
But
Well,
wow.
we can't afford it. Someone
Yeah.
did say we did like put up on TikTok being like we want to go but we can't afford it, and someone was like, I'll donate $50 to your fund.
Thank you.
I was like, oh, thank you.
Have a go
Shout
fund.
out to Henry who was like, $50, here you go.
Go fund the gals. We're obviously. Maybe we should just sell some feet pics.
Does anyone want some feet pics out there? Maybe that's how we get to like Las Vegas Grand Prix.
That's a bit messed up.
Maybe, I mean, I even want to go to Singapore. I was looking at Singapore and I was like, I can't afford these prices at the moment.
I was like,
but-
oh,
well,
I can't. Well, my card declined for coffee today, so that's where I'm at.
my card
Oh, yeah,
declined buying
true.
tacos across the road before we started this. That was embarrassing when they have to
we
come
are-
chase you down and you're like, shit, sorry.
I'm so sorry about that. Oh,
Well-
okay. Have you seen the stuff on the FIA and the Flexi Wing?
No. Talk to me.
So
What's happening?
there's a bit of a grey area in the rule book, and
Yeah.
it states, I've got the regulation, all aerodynamic components or bodywork influencing the car's aerodynamic performance must be rigidly secured and immobile. But there's been like ways around this where it's like they have hidden one-way mechanisms and like with the movable parts concealed by rubber.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, so who's hiding? Who's hiding rubber?
So it's like certain parts on the car and like the
Yeah.
aerodynamic bits, they're all supposed to be kind of, like secured in, but they've
Yeah.
got bits that are
Flapping about.
flapping.
Oh my God.
flapping.
So what happens now?
So the FIA has demanded to see all design drawings of wings ahead of Singapore.
Just
and
Singapore?
they have to check.
So it's not like check
Well,
before
like
next
it-
year
it'll
or check
pro-
current cars.
It'll probably be like every race now.
So what's
I'd
going to
say.
happen if they're not found
I'm not
compliant?
too sure, but apparently I got told.
You got told. Who are you speaking to at
Who
the
am I speaking
FIA?
But apparently Red Bull has had flexi elements since 2021.
Oh. Mic drop. All right.
And
well,
imagine, so
that is one to absolutely watch then.
yeah. So like the other thing, I'll just read what it says, is the directive focuses on areas such as the use of soft trailing edges on wings that could lead to flexing and high speeds, and the use of rubber in specific areas to aid deflection and improve performance.
So does it improve the performance? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm like, you're the technical guru in this. That I'm like, I need a drawing in front of me, I reckon.
I know, yeah.
Is that increasing speed?
Yeah.
Because it's
I'm
increasing the
assuming-
aerodynamics. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
So it'd be the airflow. Yeah.
Yeah. Nuts.
Yeah. So yeah, and then
There you
yeah,
go.
supposedly Red Bull has had a flexi element since 2021, and that's kind of like when they started.
Oh, when they started skyrocketing it up.
Yeah. So this could be a way to actually throw off Red Bull, kind of like what happened to Mercedes.
I wonder if they're found to not be compliant with it, if they would take championships away.
A little bit spicy, but then as well because it was a grey area, so it's like surely you can't head on the chopping block for something that had a loophole. 'Cause
Yeah.
everyone's gonna find loopholes.
Yeah, what it would be is like then they would close that loophole and they would say, this is the go now. Yep.
And moving forward,
Yeah.
everything has to be changed, and we will see what happens there.
Oh, Singapore.
watch this space.
That's where
So
it's all going to come out. It's going to be hella spicy. Well, speaking of spicy,
Singapore is spicy.
Singapore is spicy. There's spicy food in Singapore. The weather will be spicy.
Rain predicted.
Is there rain now?
Yes. Didn't
Oh,
you know?
shit.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that.
Saturday, Sunday, rain predicted and 31. But it's like we know that Singapore kind of like rains
Well,
at
it's
random
humid.
moments.
Yeah,
But-
it's 80% humidity rate.
For it to show on the radar.
Yeah, but I feel like in humid climates, it always shows. It's like if you travel up to Port Douglas in Queensland and Australia, it's just,
Yeah. It'll show rain, but then it'll shower for like 5 minutes and then
Yeah.
move along.
well, as long as it's not like last year where it was torrential downpour and delayed by an hour and all of that sort of stuff, because it's not like,
I like a downpour.
yeah, but not when it's delayed by an hour. And it's also not like the easiest track for these drivers. Like it's so hot and they're starting at 8 p.m. So they're like, their mental game preparing for that whole day would be nuts. For us here in Australia, the race is on at 10 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard
Which
Time
is
here in Melbourne,
A little bit nice.
which is nicer because the last few races have been at 11. So
It's better than the 1 a.m.s.
it's a lot better than the 1 a.m.s. As soon as we're out of like Singapore and Japan, we're into 4 a.m. race times.
I'll actually get up at the same time as my partner who gets up at 4 a.m.
Yeah,
Same
you
as
actually
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're able to chat and watch the
I
race.
know. I'd be like, guys, I'm awake. You'd be like, what the hell? You're like, I sleep all
What's
day, every
happening?
day.
Well, it's, it's not an easy track. It's also a really bumpy track.
Singapore gets compared to Monaco
Mm.
because of its characteristics.
Yeah.
But
Well-
I think, do you prefer Monaco or Singapore?
I think Singapore.
Singapore. I like.
I don't know. I'm torn because they're both very different in my mind as well.
Yeah, it's like similar kind of characteristics in terms of it being like narrow
Yeah.
and slow corners.
Well, Singapore's got a bit of a track change.
The track change is fun. They've just decided to yeet Sector 3, not yeet Sector 3, but the corners out of Sector 3, they are just gone.
Yeah.
Was it 4 90-degree turns?
Yeah,
and
well-
they've turned it into one long.
Yeah, turn
Straight?
16 to turn 19 is one straight. So I think there's a tight little like chicane turn at turn 16.
Yeah, and then it kind of
super tight one, and then it's just straight.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to make it interesting.
It'll make it interesting because Red Bull aren't too good on the slow corners, but they're good on the straights. So now
I
this
thought
kind of like,
it's the other way around. Red Bull's
Is
not
it?
good on the straights. That's why I was saying the Williams are really fast on the straights last week in Monza.
I thought Red Bull were good on them.
Maybe they are too, but everyone was talking about the Williams. So I think that's where Alex Albon's going to pop on up. Because also though that new turn at turn 16, it's so short and tight that it's medium speed as well. So they're not going slow, they're not going hard.
Yeah.
Like they're all just got to get around it.
True, yeah.
So and then to come into it, and then they're knowing that they're going into a big turn.
And there'll be so many more overtaking opportunities.
Well, it's the biggest change since they've since 2013 when they had the Singapore sling.
Apparently it's only a temporary change though.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's there for construction.
Yeah, because there's construction going on or something.
Yeah.
So what are they doing?
I don't know.
I doubt.
So it was like for some like entertainment not Grand Prix, grandstand thing, something or another. I don't know. It's temporary,
Whatever.
but
well, end up like quicker lap times, less demand on the brakes, which would be better for tyre management and stuff because they always say that the tyres
well, if it's humid and a bumpy
Yeah,
track and
yeah.
wet, like
tyres going into those corners before would always overheat. So
Yeah.
having this straight allows them to cool down and just improve
it's going to be
tyre
interesting.
performance, which would be good. Because speaking about tyres,
Mm.
Eddie,
Oh, that makes me miss Pat.
I know.
She would be here saying
We're
that name.
actually recording a mini after this.
Mm.
There's going to be so many names we are going to butcher.
Oh shit! We didn't even think about that.
I know.
Oh no. Pat, if you're listening, we're really sorry. And also very sorry for our international listeners because it's been popping off in Europe and in South America and everywhere at the moment, our listenership, which has been
Yeah.
really cool to see. Welcome to
Yay.
the fam, guys.
Welcome.
Yeah, so sorry, what were you going to say about
sorry.
tyres before we get distracted?
No, so they've opted for this C3, 4, and 5. So yeah, the softest ones.
Yeah, well, you hope because it's
To
going
allow
to be
for grip.
hot.
I mean, imagine if they decided to get the hards out because it's raining.
I think there's going to be a good chance this weekend for like some sort of accident, safety cars. I don't know. Like we do know that Checo last year when he won, he didn't know that he'd won for 2.5 hours after the race because there were so many safety cars last year that they said that he was actually he left too much distance between him and a safety car. So like he was getting an advantage of that on 2 separate occasions, like within the race last year. And yeah, so they were like, the FIA gave him a penalty and they only gave him a 5-second penalty, which then meant he still did win in front of Charles. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Carlos came third. Yeah.
I don't remember. As I've said, memory of a flea.
Memory of a flea. Do you remember the Mark Webber Alonso incident in 2013?
Yes.
Iconic.
Alonso does well at Singapore.
Yeah.
Besides.
Someone was saying that like this is his performance that he's got to make. Like he's got to do well in this race. Otherwise he's not going to do well for the rest of the year.
I think he'll do well.
That's what people are hedging their bets on.
I think he'll be top 5.
I can say top 5.
Top 5.
But we'll get into predictions in a bit. But bring it back to Alonso.
Yeah,
For anyone that doesn't know, Alonso and Mark Webber. So Mark Webber crashed his car and Alonso gave him a lift back to the pit. Like, it's an iconic photo. Mark Webber is sitting on his car.
Okay, no, yes, I remember this.
And it cost him a 10-point grid penalty in the following race. So, like, they were like, it's so stupid, but like.
He was trying to help a mate out.
I know.
10 place. But then, like, imagine having to call that and be like, there's nothing in the rule book. Is there something in the rule book that says you can't give a driver a lift?
It's frowned upon, right? Because he's sitting on the front of the car, like dangerous driving. I think that's what they're going for here.
Yeah, it would be.
It's such a good photo, like iconic memory, that one. But obviously, yes, Crashgate, 2008 Singapore Grand Prix, Felipe Massa, Lewis Hamilton, Alonso, they were all involved. And if you want to hear about Crashgate, you should jump back a few episodes.
We spoke about that.
Do a deep dive into that. But I know that they've asked that Felipe Massa does not show up at the Singapore Grand Prix.
Have they? Oh, I didn't see that.
That they don't want him back in.
Yeah, I wonder, but I kind of, what does that actually say about the whole situation if he's not coming?
I don't know, but I think it would cause a lot of like awkward moments.
I would pay to watch all that awkwardness.
Oh, I think all of us would. Like,
I
you just want to jump on the radio. That's why I'd probably pay $5 million instead of a Las Vegas Grand Prix. No, actually, I changed my mind. I wouldn't pay $5 million to be in a fly on that wall. I want to be in Vegas for $5 million.
I mean, I'd be a fly on the wall and then somehow you'd end up.
Hopefully you get a bit of.
You'd end up in a paddock somewhere.
A paddock in the field of like absolutely nowhere, like 10 mugs deep or something like that. That's where you go to the paddock you're going to end up.
But then as well, do you remember when a British tourist ran out onto the track?
Oh my God.
In 2015.
Shit. Singapore.
So he ran out, to film passing cars. And
oh my gosh, you can't keep it together.
He was sentenced to 6 weeks in jail.
That's not something
I was like, oh my God. You idiot. But like, how did he get past the marshals and...
There's always some way to sneak out. That happened at Melbourne Grand Prix this year. People got out, remember?
That's right.
And then I think they're still investigating that. I'm not actually sure what happened there.
Was it Silverstone last year, the protesters?
Yeah.
Was it Silverstone?
I think so.
That ran out onto the track?
Yep. And I think they were going to do it again this year, but it got stopped as well.
They really need to conceal the area a little bit better. The fact that people can still just run out onto the track.
Yes.
Oh my God. I mean, do you remember that episode how we were saying we want to get a skateboard and go on the back of an F1 car?
Oh yeah, just grab on the back. That's exactly that's like what Mark Webber and Alonso were doing as well.
That's just iconic shit. I mean, yes, very dangerous. Don't do this at home. But
all eyes will be on Max Verstappen this weekend, not only for what we're about to talk about, but also because he's had a couple of disastrous...
I didn't actually mean to do that.
Oh, Amy's got her like hands up like spirit fingers. I'm looking at it, I'm like, what's spirit fingers here?
Excited.
No, he's had a few disastrous starts at Singapore. So
yeah, he doesn't really do well.
No, so 2017 collided like... I think it was like even in the first 5 seconds or something like that with Ferrari's Seb Vettel at the time and Kimi Räikkönen.
Raikkonen.
Yeah, so he was out. And then obviously last year he started 8th and he needed to win that to win the
Because he
Drivers'
had a
Championship.
shocking qualifying as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Last year. Yeah, shocking
So
qualifying.
he started 8th and he
Obviously he started 8th. So that's pretty
yeah,
shocking.
he finished 7th. Yeah, so
Which
not
is
a good-
surprising because
not a good
he's so
one.
good at working his way back up the field.
I reckon it's
I don't think I don't know. I've just got like
I really want to speak to a psychologist about this, about how like the difference of when you are that good mentally, you would be in such a like planned day. But then when something like Singapore comes about and it's a night race, your vision's different. So everything in your brain triggers differently. And then you're also preparing differently as well because it is later on in the day. Like surely that's more of a mental game.
It's not really. Like, 'cause when I used to jump, we would obviously have like morning, afternoon, night. Nothing ever really changed. You just kind of had to apply the exact same thing just to a different time of day.
So
I mean, like, yeah,
interesting.
night ones are a little bit, they're just more boring days
Yeah.
because you're kind of sitting around
Well, that's
waiting
what I'm saying.
and
Like
you
it's
don't want
easy
to.
to slip out of that mental state. I mean, you're performing in front of millions
Yeah, but like,
in potential like wet, hot glamour.
but then when you've done it for so long, you know how to prepare. You've got the team around you. Like, it just becomes second nature.
Yeah.
Like, it's not something you really have to think about doing. It's just like, it just happens.
Well, the pressure will be on Max this weekend because he'll know about his disastrous
I really just
starts.
don't think he cares about pressure at this point.
I don't think he does, but the way
Also,
that
he's
everyone's
human, so
talking
it's like,
about,
Surely you
What's-
can't be that robotic.
well, I mean, there's a few scenarios for Red Bull to win the drivers' constructorship
Yeah.
this
But-
weekend. Do
but-
you want to run us through what those scenarios are?
But.
Oh, before we do,
But-
there's a but.
Oh, no, like it does have to do with that. But yeah, if Red Bull lead the Constructors' Champion by 353 points or more after the Singapore Grand Prix, they'll win the Constructors' Championship. But, this is my but. Sergio has to come second. Max has to win.
Mhm.
And then Mercedes can't score a point.
Well, there's one more scenario.
What's the other scenario?
Red Bull 1-2, so Max, Checo up the top,
Or Checo Max.
or Checo Max, whatever way you're going to say it. They also have to secure fastest lap. So at that point, if Mercedes score 1 point.
1 point, yeah.
I
can't
can't see
I can't see it happening.
Mercedes not scoring a point.
Because Lewis is so good around Singapore.
Yeah.
So I kind of don't really see it happening.
I can't see it happening either.
I mean, great article it was.
Oh, it was a great little pinpoint when they put it up there. I was like, that's actually so interesting to see
Yeah.
it like written out like that.
I
like,
wish I
oh.
could just, like, I wish I was able to look at stats and facts and then just be like,
Oh, yeah, and then
okay.
compute it in your brain and then be able
Yeah.
to be like, oh, that's how that works. Yeah,
I'm like,
I'm with you on that.
I'm like, what, 6 times 8? And I'm like, I don't know.
Girl math is all that I'm
Yeah.
doing. I'm like,
Girl math is great.
oh, I got a refund on that? That means it must be free.
Exactly. It is. It's on sale. You didn't
Yeah.
pay for it.
Exactly. That's exactly how my brain works.
That's
Well,
the way to do it. It's the only way to do it.
predictions.
Max, I don't know. My spidey senses are tingling.
Mm.
I just don't think Max is going to win. I just don't think he's going to win.
Do you reckon he's going to be on the podium?
I'm going to be on podium.
Mm.
I don't know why, but I see Lewis winning.
Well, I said a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about how long his streak can go for, I said 12. So he's up to 10.
11. If he does get it, what's he going to do on the podium? Like, ding, ding. Do
Oh,
a
yeah,
10
that's
on the
with
one?
your hand motions.
no, you have to do
you just
that.
hold up 2 fingers, 2 ones. 2 middle fingers. Fuck you to
Like
all
a,
the
like a
haters.
flat, yeah. He just goes like this. He's like, okay. And
That's what
everyone's
he'd
like, radio.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, what do you
I
say?
can't see Lewis on the podium. I am thinking Max, Oscar, and Checo.
Oh, Oscar. I was going to say, if anything, I'd also maybe see Fernando.
Yeah, so I can see Alonso there in the top 5 fighting with either Max or Lando for that other
You
position.
said Oscar before.
Yeah, no, Oscar on the podium, but in the top 5.
Top 5.
So in the top 5, Max, Oscar, Checo, Alonso, and then Lewis and Lando fighting for 5th or 4th, whatever it's going to be.
I kind of really hope you're going to be like, what the fuck?
Oh, God. Here we go.
Lance Stroll
What?
I don't know. I'm just like,
What?
I don't know where it came from. But
Where's that? Yeah, where is that coming from and how? What? What? Why do you think Lance is going to be on the podium?
oh God, not on the podium.
Oh
no.
oh,
No. As in, I just thought he would drive well.
Because
He did it well in, hold on, I have it.
He might get like in the top 10. I could possibly see him in the top 10, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't see him in the top 10 beating like Alex Albon and George Russell will be up there. I reckon you could see Yuki trying to sneak in for 10th position.
Lance came 6th last year, and I'm pretty sure Aston Martin's, it's a good car as well. And I just feel
I'm in
like
two
if
minds about that
I
one.
feel like if I've just got Fernando Alonso going in for, I mean, you know what? I'm just talking so much shit right now. But if
I'm
see,
in two minds about that one. I don't know if I can see Lance Stroll in the top 10 at Singapore Grand Prix, but
well, I do.
you do. So
I do. I see him top 10. I see him top 10.
all right. Well,
I don't really have,
you can buy the Aperols next week.
I
isn't.
will
No,
happily do that.
Yeah, if he is, I will buy you the Aperols
Yeah.
next week.
Who do you think will end up performing the worst?
I reckon Logan Sargent's probably like around that 20th position. And then also, I reckon you got your Kevin Magnussen or
Yeah.
Hülkenberg there. I reckon
Mm.
Joe even.
Yeah, I was actually thinking Joe.
I reckon
I don't know why.
20th position is a fight between those four.
They're fighting. Who's going to get it? Fight to the death for
Who's going to
20th.
get the wooden spoon?
But then as well, I wonder if like because of a bit more media around Joe, I wonder how he is being not like in the limelight, but
They're definitely
being spoken about.
Yeah.
And if it can add, another
whoever
element
his
of pressure.
publicist is at the moment, they're definitely pushing him up there to have like this PR presence, I would say. And, you know, his contract is up. That's why also it's so teams would look at him. It's a whole mind game.
Yeah, well,
of
there
that.
was a photo that was posted the other day.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God. He posted on Instagram and I was like,
Yeah.
where did that come from?
No one knew that. Yeah, he's completely different. They're positioning. So Joe is also, he's obsessed with
He
clothes
needs
and
a
fashion.
rebrand.
And I think they're trying to rebrand, showcase that as well.
Well, like though he's always kind of said he's obsessed with fashion, but he's never really shown it a whole lot.
He
Kind
showed
of like how
he showed
Lewis
it with Ted
Hamilton
Kravitz.
does.
Ted Kravitz
Yeah.
was so funny when Ted went and visited him
love
during
Ted.
some downtime. I think they were in Barcelona and they went shopping and did all this sort of stuff. It was very good.
Yeah,
It was
I
funny.
just saw the one with Pierre Gasly. That
Yeah.
wasn't with Ted though. Who was
They're
that with?
very funny. Can't remember.
I very much enjoyed
And
that.
we're probably going to keep talking schmack if we keep going.
So
So, if you loved this episode, leave us a review.
5-star review, everybody.
5-star review. Let us know how you feel. Feel
Let
free to
us-
message us on Instagram as well. And also, let us know how you feel about the predictions.
Yeah, and let us know what you think's going to happen in Singapore because
Mm.
we'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings.
I cannot
one of us.
wait to turn the TV on at 10 o'clock this
Me
Sunday night
too.
and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It'll
going to
be
be
nice.
good timings.
It'll be lovely. Well, we hope you all have a lovely weekend watching Formula One again.
Yes, it's good to be
Yay!
back.
And we will see you for a race recap
Next
next
Tuesday.
week.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.